Morning, everybody.
Morning, Mr. Squire.
Welcome to this week's meeting of the Essex Business Forum. I'm Adrian Squire, your chairman. It's my job to get you through the agenda. I have a leadership team that assists me in doing that. May they be upstanding. Please introduce themselves.
Good morning, Brian, Social Secretary.
Morning everyone, Vincent, and I chair the membership committee and I'm also the official timekeeper.
Morning, I'm Ben, Education Coordinator.
Good morning, Scott, your meeting secretary and handsome face of life.
You're in court today.
And good morning, I'm Terry, I deal with membership and recruitment, and I might be in court today.
Thank you all. Please be seated. The performance lead is the first up. Before before we do move into the meeting, first of all, nice to see Shannon back again. And it's Nick Cook was due to do the 10 minutes today. He's not here, so it'll be a Q&A. So when we run through the 60-second round, all you have to do is think of one question from one person. And if we all do that, it'll go on forever. Right. Performance lead first. Scott.
Okie dokie, good morning again. Performance League 2 weeks into the month of November. And let me tell you positions at the top. Third place, almost scoring 100 points, is Toby Epton with 92. 105 points scored puts Neil Bellum in second place. That's right now. And man at the top, 209 points, is Mr. Matt Barry. Now, when I pass the sheet around, you can see on here the makeup of how those points got awarded. And quite commonly, they are earned by the passing and receiving of money through the activity record. This one, clearly, the people at the top are at the top because of the points they've earned for giving referrals. You earn more points for external referrals than you do for internal, quite a lot more, but that's why they are what they are.
Thank you very much, Scott.
Thank you very much. Well, today we're in for a treat because I'm going to hand straight over to the one and only Mr. Toby Epton.
Hi, good morning everybody. Some of you may recall that a few weeks ago our friend Paul gave a very interesting and very easy to understand story about monkeys. So I thought I'd remind me of the stories about monkeys that I've got. So a researcher puts 5 monkeys into a large cage. There's a bunch of bananas hanging from a string with a ladder leading to the bananas. And when the first monkey goes for the bananas, the researcher sprays the 5 monkeys with freezing water for several minutes. I know, animal cruelty with them. Sometime later, when a second monkey inevitably tries to go for the bananas, the researcher again sprays all the monkeys with icy cold water for several minutes. This happens when a third monkey tries to climb the ladder towards the banana. When a fourth monkey goes for the bananas, the other monkeys all attack him and beat him up to prevent him climbing the ladder. They're afraid of getting a cold water punishment. Then the researcher replaces one of the original monkeys with a new monkey who wasn't part of the original punishment, the original experiment, has never been sprayed with water. He spots the bananas, goes towards them, and as soon as he touches the ladder, the 4 original monkeys grab him and beat him up, and the monkey very quickly learns not to go after the bananas. The researcher then replaces a second monkey with another new monkey, and when that monkey goes for the bananas, all the other 4 attack him, including the new monkey that's never been sprayed with water. So this has just become a social norm. The research then continues to replace all the monkeys one at a time until all of the 5 original monkeys are removed from the cage. Each time a newcomer comes in and goes for the bananas, the others attack him, beat him up, even when they as new monkeys had never received the cold water punishment. So the new monkeys who've never been sprayed with cold water learn not to go after the temptation of the bananas. And by the end of the experiment, the 5 monkeys in the cage have all learned to follow the rule, i.e. don't go for the bananas, without any of them knowing the reason why that they shouldn't go for the bananas, because they don't know they're going to get sprayed with water. So if we could have asked each of the monkeys the rationale behind not letting their cage mates climb the ladder, the answer would just be, I don't know, that's just how it's always been done. So what this story highlights is how entrenched traditions in business, perhaps your business, can really hinder progress, particularly when new or innovative ideas are discouraged. We all have established ways of doing things in an organisation, particularly if the majority of the workforce have been around for a long time, and if you're in business on your own, you are the majority of the workforce. So you might have lost sight of the reasons why you do a certain thing. So your team may not be aware of why you started doing that in a certain way. Your clients may not be aware of why you started doing things in a certain way. So the moral of the story, if you like, is it's important to examine everything on a regular basis, not get stuck in a culture of doing things in a certain way just because that's the way it's always been done. And it's important to have and to encourage a mindset of constant self-challenge, questioning established norms, and fostering a culture that values creativity and innovation. And that those ideas are listened to and encouraged. Sorry.
Alternatively, so we could prove why God.
God. Yeah. God. Oh, God.
Toby getting
Don't worry. I'll explain it in the plot. Right. Membership matters. Have we got any, Terry, that you wish to announce to us?
Discuss.
Right. Okay. So we are now nearing the 62nd round. As usual, I will send around the business card box. Check it. 2 things you're looking for. I'll leave you to work out what those are. Secondly, I'll follow it around with the plastic bucket. Again, I'll leave you to work out what you do with that. Just like monkeys, really. Right. With those going round, we approach the 60-second round. Your chance to highlight the business in 60 seconds. We have our timekeeper, who after 60 seconds will make it 50 seconds. Thank you. Just testing. 50 seconds will make that sound, and after 60 seconds, when you hear that, please sign off and sit down, because we've got 21 people here. Make sure you do stick to the time. We can't have more than 60 seconds taken by everyone. The winner of the Oscar was Mike. He will be listening out carefully, and because he'll be listening out carefully, he'll start the 60-second round off. Mike, you're off, and you're followed by Matt.
Morning, Mike from Black Media. Fairly simple one and unusual for me in that I'm pretty much packed out until Christmas, and then I'm away for the first half of January as well. So I'm not really looking for any big jobs because I might not be able to squeeze it in, but I've got these little half days to fill and evenings and things like that. So if anyone needs any photo coverage, events doing that, like an evening job and things like that, let them know, because I can still squeeze those in and turn them around quickly. But aside from that, bigger, longer term jobs are going to have to wait till sort of January now. So thank you very much. I'll be back all minute.
Thanks very much, Mike.
Good morning, everyone. Matt from Blue Seraph. Yesterday, we hosted our inaugural charity marketing workshop day, and I was very, very honoured and privileged to have both Scott and Mike there with us. We also had a lady called Jane Delaray from a charity trust fund, which was very enlightening. It was a huge, huge success. We had 10 charities, all giving great, wonderful feedback. And actually it made me very proud of my EBF connections. I stood there at the end thinking, do you know what, we actually know what we're on about. And it was great, and we are looking to do some more. So if you know of any charities, big, small, Whatever they may be, we are going to be running another of these charity workshops in the new year. On a side note, I had a dream last night that we were asked to do a rebrand for an NFL team. Anyone know of any NFL teams? I'd love it, because I think it's my calling.
Thanks very much, Matt. Neil, you're next, and you're followed by
Morning everyone, Neil from the event catering. I've had a really boring week this week doing menus, costings, GP percentages and dealing with Waitrose compliance officers, which I don't recommend. So I got bored and I bought myself a new set of napkin molds, and instead of doing show and tell, I've done show and taste. While I've got nothing else to talk about, please feel free to have a couple each and then pass them around the whole room. They go great with the tea and coffee, they're fantastic. They came out of the oven about an hour and 10 minutes ago, so fresh is fresh. And there's enough for everyone to have 2 or 3, so please feel free to help yourselves. As Neil from the event catering, see you next week.
It's got to be a contender for the Oscar.
Yeah, I won't
Right, Brian, you're next.
Thank you.
Followed by Shannon.
Morning, Brian, therapist, pilgrim therapy. Last Monday, new client, an Indian lady, been in this country from the age of 1. By the time she was 21, her father and mother arranged a marriage for her in India. Her husband was very verbally abusive. It lasted 18 months, that marriage. 2 years later, her father found another husband for her. This one not only verbally abusive, physically abusive. He said she was useless, fat and ugly. He followed it up with his fist. Well, she lasted until she was 40. She's now 54. She's still bearing the mental scars. Her confidence is absolutely zero. She needs a friend to take her out shopping. We had our first session last week. And Monday was the second session. She does now at least manage to go shopping by herself, so we've made some progress. She's a chef at an Indian restaurant. Next month she's promised to bring a Indian curry for me. So next week I'm looking for anybody who might be working in a brewery. So thank you very much. Brian, pilgrim hypnotherapy. Thank you. Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Brian. Shannon, you're next, and you're followed by Toby.
Hi everyone, I'm Shannon Savage from Downtown Mortgages. I'm in place of Clara. I wanted to give an example of something that we can help clients with. It's not just sorting out a mortgage for our clients, but we also help them with any kind of rate reduction. So I have an example of a client that we did their original mortgage in August, and they completed last month. So over that course of 3 months, there was 5 rate reductions. So they started with the rate of 6.29% and it reduced to 5.84. So that was a savings of £130 per month, which overall is £1,500 per year. So some people who like to sort out their own mortgages won't keep on top of that, and that's something that we can do, and that's the benefit of having a mortgage advisor. Thank you very much, Shannon Savage, Downtown Mortgages.
Very good. Thank you, Shannon. Toby, you're followed by John Hammond.
Good morning, everybody. As some of you may recall, before lockdown, I used to do regularly one-day workshops on things like entrepreneur skills, networking skills, sales and negotiation. And so for the first time since lockdown, I'm going to be back in the room in January, together with a colleague and client of mine that some of you might know, Catherine Phillips. Actually, no, Catherine Fox, isn't she? Keep forgetting. We're going to be doing a workshop together, Entrepreneur Breakthrough Day. So who do you know that's maybe looking for new ideas, new offerings, new products, maybe even a new business? They might want to revive their business, maybe their get up and go is gone up and gone. They want to look at new income streams, maybe passive income streams as well. Set goals for the year, strategies for the year, and basically, make their 2024 success. Do you know anybody like that, or maybe it's you? Please do get in touch with me. It's on the 16th of January, and it is an absolutely amazing price, considering you've got 2 of the best trainers in the country.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
These are nice. Thank you. Thanks very much, Toby. Blake came in first, so John goes first.
Good morning, everybody. I'm John Hammond from JMH Technologies. We provide all your electronic security needs. This week we've been installing ANPR cameras for a gate. So instead of the customers and the tenants having to actually get out their vehicle to buzz the intercom or put a code in, if they've been put into the ANPR system, the gate opens. So it stops them getting soaking wet in the winter. But it also makes it a better experience for the customers turning up on site and the gate opens automatically for them. All they need to know is a registration plate. So if you know anyone in this country, preferably at the moment, that wants an automatic gate like that, let us know. That's John Hammond from JMH Technology, applied technology to security.
Very good. Thank you, John. Blake, you're followed by Stuart.
Morning everyone, Blake from Ammo Hive, your go-to airsoft and outdoor clothing supplier. Is everyone clear on outdoor clothing? Means you can buy clothes, unpacking boxes for cameras, which Mike's going to buy 10 of them, he just told me. The daunting Christmas is coming. Anyone wants gift cards for people, come to me. Any clothing for anybody, come to me. Basically just come to me for anything that you need storage wise, for cameras, clothing you need to keep warm. And if you like Terry and just want to go out and shoot somebody, then I can organise that as well. So, yeah, Christmas is coming. Help me buy Christmas presents. Thank you very much.
Blake. Right, Stuart, you're followed by Ben.
Good everybody, Stuart from Networks. The way we all work now has changed considerably to how it was even a few years ago. A few years ago, 12 people in the office, 12 people in the office 5 days a week. Things now are very different. A lot of people now are working from home, working from different locations, using hot desking. And whilst that's great if you've got yourself a laptop, the phone system has got to move alongside that as well. A lot of businesses are still running an old telephone system whilst trying to work in the new way, with the hybrid and home working. The change they have to make is to move over to a voice over internet-based phone system. The beauty of that is wherever you can connect to the internet, that is where your telephone system lies from. Makes it ideal for dealing with customers, speaking to your colleagues and that sort of stuff. So if you know any customers that have, or any of your contacts that have recently moved to home working and more diverse work style, please put in touch with me, Stuart at Energy Networks. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. Ben, you're followed by Vincent.
Good morning guys, Ben Golding from Utility Warehouse, and hoping to save money on their essential household utilities. Gas, electricity, home phone, broadband, mobile, boiler cover, plus cashback on all their shopping. Now there's almost 100% certainty that energy prices are going to rise again within the next 50 days. But did you know over 12 million Brits have not switched their services in the last 3 years? So that's a lot of missed savings. So with UW, it's very simple, and I'm here to oversee everything. And so I'm looking to have a chat with any of your friends that would like to see how much they can save with the UK's cheapest, UK's most trusted, and the UK's most recommended utility company. That's Ben Golding, Utility Warehouse.
Thank you, Ben. Vincent, you're followed by Terry.
Morning everyone, Vincent from Speedprint, based in Gants Hill Village. This week we produced a programme for a show that a local amateur dramatic company, Forest Players, are putting on, Seussical, based on the works of Dr. Seuss. And I just noticed there's a typo right on the front page there, beautiful work. The PDF was supplied, I just want to say that. Shocking. Anyway, in the words of Dr. Seuss, think left and think right, and think low and think high. Oh, the thinks you can think up if only you try. Speedprint, you think it, we ink it. That was relevant. Thank you.
Thanks. illuminating. Terry, you're followed by Leanne.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Terry Rayling from TM Law Solicitors. Just thought I'd tell you this week about my experience. I was away last week. Very nice break. But you find, and you'll all find this, if you haven't found it, you're not doing things right, that when you get back, everyone wants their things done urgently. Every client or customer, their stuff is urgent. And what you need to do, if you haven't already, and Toby and I were chatting about this at the Synergy meeting, you need to prioritise things, because to every customer there matters the most important thing. So you've still got to make them believe that it is, but you've got to prioritise things, because otherwise you'll just be driven mad by people insisting. So I had old work to catch up on before I left, work that came in while I was away, and of course new work this week, and it's very nice to have a new supply of work, and thank you very much for your continued referrals. But just a tip really, just in order to preserve your own sanity, just prioritise the stuff that you've got, the stuff that you've got to do, stuff that you've got to do in the future. Make sure your customers are happy, that they think their matters, the most important thing there, but prioritise them. Otherwise you'll drive yourself crackers. Terry Rayling, TM Law. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Leanne, you're followed by James.
Good morning, everyone. Leanne from Brentwood Interiors. Now, as you know, I believe that your home should be a reflection of your personality. And this week, I've been put in touch with someone that actually makes bespoke wallpaper. So you could have wallpaper designed by your child if you wanted to, or whatever picture you wanted, I can get that done. Or if you know an artist that can come in and put a mirror on your wall. So really personalise your home. So if you know anyone that wants something wow, put them in touch with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Leanne. James, you're followed by Jane.
Morning, James from R&K Insurance. I hate following people that are creative because they're interesting, and I've got to make insurance. I'm on the hunt for burly men and women again. Roofers, scaffolders, builders, ground workers, landscape gardeners. We do a cracking policy for them. I've just had one come to me because they've been told that for the last 2 years they've been paying half of what they should be paying because they haven't updated their turnover wage roll. So of course they've been paying £5,000 a year, which is enough. They've now been told they've got to pay £10,000 for next year's, plus £5,000 for last year's, plus £5,000 for the year before they can get insurance. He thought he'd come to me and get a cheaper quote and ignore the others, but they will take action against him. So I've gone back to the previous insurer. We've agreed to half the additional premiums they're paying, so he's still got to pay an extra £5,000 on top of this year's premiums, but it's not £10,000 worth of last year's premium. This has all happened because his previous insurer, insurance broker, hasn't spoken to him, hasn't bothered with it. He's just banged out the renewal, bang, 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 I got your money, on I go. We don't do that. We take a bit more care because I don't like nasty surprises like this. So James, R&K Insurance, these lot that I mentioned earlier don't look at their own insurance, so I have to. Thank you.
Thank you very much, James. Jane, you're followed by Howard.
Good morning, everybody. So all aboard. So Jane and Roger effectively run a very small train, the Polar Express, but it's only small, it can only take so many passengers. And every day at the moment, it's travelling without anybody in it. We're still driving it there, we're still available, and nobody's on board. And then the trouble is, around the 12th or 14th of December, everybody wants to get on the train, and there aren't enough seats. Can I leave that as food for thought? It's only Jane and Roger fulfilling the orders. Santa's not sent his helpers, and we'd love it if you were thinking of ordering anything from me or from my esteemed friend here. We'd love it sooner than later, even if it's to go out nearer to Christmas, but so we can schedule it in. So all aboard after Jane's sitting down. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Howard, you're followed by Scott.
Morning all.
Morning.
Howard Willer from Clear Financial Advice. We're independent financial advisors in Ramsgate, Billericay. I had a call from a buddy of mine who I used to work with when I was a trader up in the city. He's got various pensions, but one of them, for about £100,000 with Phoenix, he wanted to take out the tax-free cash to help pay for his daughter's university fees. Phoenix told him that he couldn't do that. If he wanted the money, he had to take it all out in one go, which would give him a tax bill of about 30 grand. Fortunately, he gave me a call. I asked him to send over a statement and details of his pensions. And what we can do is, just by lifting the pension out of Phoenix and putting it into a modern product, he can do exactly what he wants. So he'll have to pay me a fee for doing it, but it's going to save 30 grand in tax. So a little bit of knowledge can really be a good thing if you ask the right person. Thank you.
Thank you. Scott, you're next, you're followed by Ruth.
Good morning, Dr. Scott from SEO. Yesterday, really thoroughly enjoyed the day with the Blue Serif guys and girls, and I got to recycle. I recycled my presentation I gave to you lot, the anatomy of a web page, made it a bit more specific to charities, but essentially regurgitated that piece of work. But I also spoke in a different session about making informed marketing decisions using Google Analytics. So, do you, is the question, and the big thing for everyone to check from yesterday's presentation is if you're not using the latest version of that product, the version you are using, if you're using it at all, has already stopped collecting new data, and it's just going to be completely turned off, and you'll lose all of your historical data in June next year. So you need to be completely sure that your web guy, even if that web guy is me, you need to be sure that you're on that new system. It takes a couple of hours to set it up, put it all in, and make it work. So let's do that for you. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Rosemary, you're followed by
Morning everyone, I'm Rosemary, your travel counsellor. Why do you need an expert travel agent? You start thinking I need a holiday, so you go online, excuse me, and yes, lots of great choices hit you, lots of sites to choose from. Before you know it, you've lost 2 hours of your life that you're never going to get back again. So pick up the phone to me and just get me. You don't have to press 1, you don't have to press 2, you don't have to go through listening to a local gobbledygook. You'll just have me all to yourself, my call centre. Give me a rough idea of what you like, fly, flop, activity, cruise, adventure, scenery, and I will do the work and find the trip for you at no extra cost. I'll be in your corner throughout, researching the booking, the preparations, the advice of visas, insurance, checking you in, excuse me, really, sorry, any problems whilst away, and then a lovely follow-up call when you get back. No hard sell, I'll email you some choices and we can go from there. So thank you, and the world awaits.
Nice. Just a bit of babble stuck in your throat. Tina, you're next. You're followed by me, and I'll be followed by Paul.
Morning everybody, my name's Tina, my company called Brentwood Services on a secretarial and admin service. Some of the things I thought I'd let you know that the company does: email and diary management, copy typing, audio transcriptions, data entry and data cleansing, PowerPoint presentations, either on Microsoft or Visio. But you know, a lot of companies use Visio now, but it's the same as PowerPoint, which is better. Outsourcing, dealing with your suppliers and clients, looking for restaurants if you want to take your clients out, or you want to family get together but you just haven't got time. So if you know anybody that needs any assistance as it's coming up to Christmas, I'll be happy to help. So that's me, Tina, Liberty Executive Services. I'm not 9 to 5, I'm starting to finish.
Thank you very much, Tina. TM Law. When does resign not mean resign? Well, quite often apparently. First, it's a matter of contract. If you've got to give it in writing, telling someone that you're resigning is not enough. If it's done in the heat of the moment, even though it might be in writing, that can be seen as not giving notice, and it can be challenged. The test is an objective one. The man on the Clapham omnibus, the unofficious bystander, what would they say if they viewed what had gone on and decided whether or not that is actually a resignation? So telling your boss to naff off might not be a resignation, but it might be gross misconduct if you do it at the office party. That's a smart from TM Law. Paul.
Morning, Paul Booth from the Coach Chartered Certified Accountants based in Brentwood. This week we've been preparing lots of sole trader accounts and rental income accounts. Clients have been sending us their spreadsheets or it's on software, and we found that sometimes those spreadsheets or software doesn't include all the expenses, so sometimes they're missing insurance, mileage, travel expenses, etc. So we ask the questions, they say, oh, it's paid out of a personal account or a credit card, they give us the information, we save them money. So as part of what we do, we ask questions to save them money. For 40% tax payable payments on account, if you put through £1,000 worth of expenses, that's going to save them £600 from their 31st January payment. So Paul Booth from Booth & Co, be nice tax.
Thank you, Paul. That is the end of the 60-second round. Mike, over to you.
So going by my notes I've made here, I listened to about the first 5 and then stopped, I think. So sorry about that. Then I was tempted to give it to you because she was complaining this morning that you haven't won the Oscar in ages. You did win it. Neil, those cakes are amazing, but I just feel like it gives you and Jane a bit too much of an advantage if food just wins the 60 seconds each time. They were amazing, so thank you very much. But actually, I'm going to give it to Brian because you come with so many stories about how you help people out, and I think this week particularly, you really make a massive difference to someone's life. So, yeah, well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. Well done, Brian. Right. That's it. Let's move on. The moving on tends to be the meeting secretary reports.
Quick stand up, sit down today. A dozen of those. About £10,000 recorded on those. Don't forget to put in the real ones. That's what I was going to say.
Thank you very much, Scott. There was a synergy team meeting on Tuesday. Paul?
Yeah, it was. B2B Finance and Profession Synergy Team meeting, second Tuesday of each month, last formal meeting of the year. Over the 5 of us had some good topics we went through. I think hopefully everyone enjoyed it, and I'll send the invites for the next one next month soon. It'll be Christmas do at the EBF one.
Thank you, Paul. Right. The 10-minute presentation is what we would normally have, but we haven't got one today. What we have got is a Q&A. I hope you were all listening very carefully and attentively to what everybody said, because subject to Ben giving the appropriate announcements regarding upcoming obligations, we'll kick off with the Q&A. Ben?
Cool, thank you very much. Yeah, so before we start, going for the next few weeks till the end of the year, so next week Clara will be doing her first 10 minutes, so give her a reminder as well. But I'll chat to her this week to tell her what to do as well. But I'll be doing the end slot that day. Then on to the 30th, Toby will be doing the 10 minutes and Scott will be providing the education slot. Into December, David will be doing his first one on the 7th, with Stuart doing the education slot that day. Then the last one of the year, the 14th, will be a Christmas special. And yes, we'll be doing a special ed slot that day as well. So, and then we got our 2-week break, and then we'll be back. I believe it's the 5th, isn't it? The 4th. Fourth. Yeah, fair. 4th of January with Scott giving the first 10 minutes of the year, and I'll be doing the ed slot for that one. So when it is your turn to do the 10 minutes, please go to the EBF website and download the bio sheet and get it to me a day or two beforehand. And if you can't do your 10 minutes, please let me know with a little bit more notice so we can do our best to try and swap things around and get another speaker in, or your ed slot. And just remember that it's mainly 8 minutes with 2 minutes for questions. And thank you very much. Aidan, back to you.
Thank you very much. Scott, for the announcement?
Yes. Secret Santa. So on our special Christmas meeting, thank you, Ben, it's quite a tradition that we do a Secret Santa, which means for those new people amongst us, a gift to the value of £10. A wrap bottle is generally quite acceptable, but let's try and be imaginative and exciting and do something. But yes, so it doesn't need to be labelled, it just needs to be an anonymous wrapped gift. We'll chuck them all in the middle, and then if we're lucky, Santa Claus will arrive and we'll distribute the gifts in place of the 10-minute presentation.
What date are you doing that?
So, what date is that? The last one.
14th. I've already got my Secret Santa present.
I've already got mine. quite largely offensive.
Can't wrap myself like
Is it?
this.
Is it the one you got last year then?
No, that was very quick actually, that was last one.
So yes, yeah, around £10 or so, wrapped in the middle. If you bring a gift, you'll get a gift.
Oh.
That's the way it goes.
Interesting, the inflationary issue is we all spend so the price of it is smaller, but it's...
As long as it still costs a bottle of wine, right?
I think. Okay, let's move on. 10-minute, not rather than a 10-minute presentation, Q&A. Questions, please. Who's first? Jane.
Hi there, I'd like to ask Shannon. Are some people unmortgageable? And if so, what could they do about it? That's a great question.
Intense according to Suella
With an attempt.
Yeah, I think Clara mainly deals with the mortgages, I mainly do the insurance side, but I do support her on the mortgages. And I do know that some clients aren't in the ideal position to do what they want to do, but one of the things that's great about the advice that Clara can give is that she can tell them what they need to do in order to get into the position that they want to be. So whether that's like paying off certain debts or not taking out any other loans or, you know, bringing their spending down, that kind of thing, so that they can get to the place that they want to be.
Oh, interesting. So you would take the whole picture into
Yes.
consideration?
Yes, 100%.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes, Terry.
I've got a question for Howard, and it's based on your presentation, Howard. How difficult and how expensive is it to move the products? You mentioned you move the product, save the guy a shed load of tax. Is it expensive, is it difficult? I'm just interested to know.
So, our the normal fee for transferring 100,000 will be 3%, so 3,000. I'm charging this guy a bit less because I've known him for years. So yeah, there is a fee involved, but compared to the tax, compared to the tax you're going to save, it's
It's not difficult to do, no?
There's a bit of work involved to make sure that transferring it is the right thing to do, because there might be some valid reasons to leave it there, or reasons that he should consider before moving it. But so far in the work we've done, it looks like it's the right thing to do. But you have to go through that analysis to make sure that you left no stone unturned.
Thank you.
Paul.
Another question for Howard. I noticed when you were doing your presentation, your guns were looking a bit bigger than usual. How many days a week you sort of worked out? Three. Really? That's all.
Boiled eggs for breakfast as well.
Yes.
Paul's missing the massages.
Yeah.
Next question.
Dave,
Yes.
apparently you do some outdoor clothing.
I do, apparently.
Do you do like heated gilets and that kind of stuff as part of your range?
No, it's a very good idea.
Okay. So I spend a lot of time outside in the winter watching football, and I spend a lot of time outside watching football with my wife, who's always moaning about being cold. So,
I can sit in the director's box.
well, we do that every now and again, but yeah. But yeah, anyway, I just wondered. So,
Not at the moment, but yeah, maybe.
if you do, it's her birthday tomorrow, and I how soon can you think?
Not that soon.
But we could deliver an afternoon tea.
That could warm her up.
Not that I'm working, obviously.
I've got a question for James. There's a footballer that plays for Ipswich called Cameron Humphreys. I was
Never.
wondering, is that any relation to you at all?
Much to the public opinion seems to be that I'm his father, he's my son. Because I've had a number of people come up to me and say, oh, so you're Cameron Humphreys' dad, are you? No, Cameron Humphreys is my son. That's how it works. But yes.
Is he any good?
He's not as good as his dad, but he's alright.
Questions? Next question.
A question for John on the ANPR cameras that you're installing on gate. It's interesting, you know, people some people, not anyone around here would do it, but some people monkeyed around with their number plate. Would that mess up the...
Oh, yeah. and having on the front number plate instead of having white smooth, putting black ones into.
All of those things mess. I just want to
So,
ask for a friend, okay?
Like the C becomes a G, but it doesn't stop you getting done by the speed cameras. Because they look at the picture and then a human says, okay, that's a C, not a G, and then you still get nicked.
Thank you.
What about the reflective spray?
I'd say that. You just get nicked for it.
Amen. Stuart, with the VoIP phones that you're talking about for the businesses, is there a certain amount of phones they have to have, or can they just have one, or do they need to have like 5 or something?
The good thing with a hosted phone system is basically we all connect back to the best way to think of it is there's a massive data center somewhere with a massive phone system, and we all just rent a slice of it for what we need. So it doesn't matter actually whether you just want to rent one extension, just rent one slice, or whether you want 5, 10 or 200. So there is no minimum and there's no maximum. And the good thing is actually whether you're a one-man, sole trader business, you have exactly the same access to all the features that big corporates that are using accessing exactly the same system. So if you want things like voicemail, call recording, auto announcements, messages on hold, all those sort of things, it's exactly the same if you're a sole trader as if you're a multinational company. We're all accessing the same system. So there's no minimum, there's no maximum, and you get exactly the same features whether you're 1 or 1,000 people in business.
And I think I've asked this before, sorry, but you don't do the residential ones, help with VoIP?
We don't do residential.
No, I've got a customer that was asking for VoIP and I thought we had to do it, but...
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, so we're going through a stage at the moment where Overreach is starting to shut down all the copper exchanges. So ultimately, everybody, everybody at home, will have to come off copper services and run everything over their internet. So even their current phone number, your 01277 number, whatever it is, that will have to migrate over to an internet-based system. You'll still keep the phone number, you can still use the telephone that you're going to have at home. Okay. You can still use that. It will just connect in a slightly different way, but that's a process that's going to be coming.
Oh, good. So I thought they'd have to get new handsets and...
They don't have to, no. There's going to be a little device, it's called an ATA, an analog terminal adapter, which basically will work like a little converter to turn your old school phone that you've had at home for the last 20 years, right? To connect that, it'll turn that copper signal into an internet-based signal and send that out over the internet.
As long as your broadband's in the same location as where your copper to.
Yes.
Thank you.
Stu, following on from that, I was sat at my desk having a meeting with Blake a couple of days ago, and I received in the course of about 10 minutes 3 spam annoying calls through the telephone system that you provide. Is there a feature that I could turn on that will block known spammers or anything? The problem with it is, the short answer is yes, you can block any number that you receive. The problem with it is, so if you have an internet-based phone system, you can present out any number that you legally own. You are allowed to present out. So in my office, we've got a Brentwood number, we've got a Thurrock number, we've got a London number. Okay, we've also got an 0800 number. So I can choose, perfectly legitimately, to present out any one of those 4 numbers as my outgoing number. The problem is with the scammers is that they don't present numbers necessarily they own. They will present out any number that they want. So the problem is you can shut a number down, and then they'll just change it. So, for example, on the hosting I provide, there's a system that blocks known dodgy IP addresses. Yes. And so I have a global system, and all the partners that host with me share feedback that this one's a dodgy IP address and this one. So I can sync in and elect to say, don't let any of those. Yeah, that's what it's called. So this is like your web hosting. There are hundreds of thousands of numbers that are shut down regularly that you don't even get to see, but they're always going to be the odd ones that fair enough.
And they also come through as banks and legitimate numbers from spam people.
This is the problem. Have we got 2 minutes? So we use a small education slot. Right? this is my big problem. Is people are familiar with something called a telephone preference service, TPS, yeah? And this particularly for if you've got elderly relatives, okay? People put too much faith in that system. I think it is a terrible, terrible system because people register on TPS, okay? So when they get a phone call from someone pretending to be Barclays, they think, I'm on this TPS. TPS is protecting me, therefore this must be Barclays. Okay, TPS is not worth a pin. It's completely useless. Because the thing with TPS, all of the legitimate businesses that are based here in the UK will abide by it. But they are not the problem. Okay, you know, if you get a legitimate cold call from, you know, a proper company, they are not the problem. The problem that we have is overseas companies pretending to be UK-based companies. And when they call in, people who think they're protected by TPS, it's giving everybody a false sense of security. So that's my real problem with it. So I'm afraid that what you've got to get through to your parents, grandparents, or any other particularly more vulnerable people, is that the fact that they are registered on TPS is completely useless. It does not protect us at all. Yeah.
Yeah, just nobody.
Yeah, literally, you'll get phone numbers through. I can present out HMRC's phone number if I want to. I can present out, you know, anyone's phone number. So you really
I'll distract them with my notice. Thank you.
Was it something you said, Stuart?
Yes.
I have a question for Ben. Smart meters. Is there any percentage of savings that smart meters give a household?
Any savings whatsoever.
But in terms of
all it will do, all smart meters will do, will send the reads in, so your reads are going to be 100% accurate. It won't save you any money at all. It will make you aware of how much you're spending, so you can actually see how much you're doing. But it's not going to.
I know it won't directly save you, but I was just wondering because the smart meters have been around for a number of years.
Yeah.
Has there now been some research or anything to say those with smart meters, because they're now more aware, have generally saved X percent?
To be fair, I don't think there is. I can't. I mean, my display is sitting in a drawer that I haven't even turned on. To be fair, so
we've had your guys out twice, and both times they've said they can't fit them. Even into the gas standard meter, they said it's too small, even though it's a standard.
No.
And also our cabinet that the fuse box is in, there's not enough space.
Right.
So for us to redo all of those, I'd rebuild, it's going to cost us hundreds.
Yeah.
So I'm not bothering.
No, I wouldn't. No, I mean, to be fair, all they do is, they're all the hype about it, to be fair. I mean, it's not going to save anybody any money whatsoever. It makes people aware of how much they're spending, and it stops you having to send your meter reads in. But it's so easy to send a meter read in now. You literally just do it on the app. You go on the app the last day of the month. I did it for years before I had a smart meter, because my bills were one of my bills accurate. So it's not going to save people any money. It's just going to make people aware that if they turn the dryer on every day, it's going to cost them more there as well. But no, in the long run, it won't save it unless you're going to do it yourself. Sorry.
Very quick question for Vince. Wake up. What was the typo?
It says here, Seussical, based on the works Dr. Seuss. Oops. Right in the middle there. Shocking. They should have used a proper graphic designer in my opinion.
It's a bit like Paris in Delta Spring.
TGS.
Warning.
TGS hotline. Service call.
This is a bit of a sales pitch, it's a bit again, but let's go back to the theoretical scenario here. That I use my UW card all the time to get cashback and stuff, and save quite a bit of money on it. But recently I've gone over to use my phone's payment for almost everything, and a few months ago I couldn't put my UW card on there. Is that still the case?
No. Well, glad you asked.
Only because I didn't receive it.
This wasn't set up in the car this morning, is it?
Actually, this was being set up. You can now add it to Google Pay. and Google Pay has to come first, apparently, for Apple Pay to follow. So now Google Pay, there was a lot of hoops to jump through to get it all sorted and everything. Now it's actually on there, so you can add it to Google Pay, and so Apple Pay will be coming as well over the next, hopefully, they said within the next couple of weeks, so before Christmas, hopefully.
I literally did it on my phone.
But Google Pay, anyone with Android can add it now to their phone.
Does that mean that I'm a Samsung phone, so...
Yeah. So you'll be on, so you'll be on Google Pay.
So there's Samsung Pay and there's Google Pay.
Don't use Samsung Pay.
Don't use Samsung Pay.
Don't use Samsung Pay.
Yeah.
Jesus, don't use Samsung Pay.
No.
Okay.
So you can go to the UW app and there's a thing on there, Apple Google Pay. Sorted.
Oh, is it? I did it the long way. I didn't
Yeah, so did I. It's only when I went to do dollars, I saw it on the...
Yeah, it's quite easy to be fair.
Yeah, well, I did scan it yourself.
But yeah.
Okay, right. Thank you all for your questions. Thank you, brilliant.
There's one more?
Yeah, there's
For Ben?
Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah.
5G?
5G, I could say yes, it's coming, but obviously so's Christmas. Yeah, honest answer, don't know, probably, because they're all going to be going over to 5G. Certain companies have done it, so when they start going, all the rest follow. But as soon as it's out, you get an email saying, do you want it? Because not everybody wants it. They're still thinking that that's what was the cause of COVID and things like that. I've got one customer who actually does say that, who never wants to go on to 5G, but you get... Yeah, right. But no, as soon as it's available, you'll get the option. If you want to have it, you can upgrade to it. But I would imagine if now the rest are starting to come, but as I say, they normally all follow.
So what do you mean for data? Mobile data or home?
It's it's common, but it's not...
It's not everybody yet. So we do 4G at the moment.
Can I just add something to that? If anyone knows people who've got remote gates that are in the field and that use the mobile communications, most of those work on 3G and that's been turned off. So they gate will stop.
Can you update it?
Can
you update it for them?
No. You've got to replace it because they don't accept the chips.
Think of all those unhappy cows.
Normally campers aren't too religious like that.
Who want any proof?
Okay, guys, well done. Excellent round of applause. Nice to have one every now and then. Now, we move on to referrals and testimonials. Paul, can you do the running, please?
Yes.
Let's start with you as well.
Yeah, good meeting. Obviously attending B2B. Thank you, mate, for the next member.
That's for Jane for the Christmas kit for the kids.
Thank you.
That's for Matt, who's going to which going to make a lovely brochure for us. And a lovely one-to-one with Jane. The most amazing cheese roll the world has ever created.
Thank you, Toby, for your response for me, monkeying around. Yeah, I've got a couple of Jane, we'll have them all for you to get on more training a little bit later. Thank you.
The one I had is James. Apologies to Leonie when she's gone for cancelling that one-to-one. I look forward to ours on Saturday. Brilliant. That's it. Yeah, got some spare time. No, I haven't now because I'm back in Sharp Ninja. So no one-to-ones for a couple of weeks. But thank you. Cheers.
Lovely meeting once again, and referral for Jane. Awesome. Train. For your train.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. All aboard. Thank you, darling.
Yeah, good meeting again. Just a couple for Neil, one-to-one thank you for the money, Terry, one for Aidan. Haven't put the amount on there because I forgot what it is. Referral for Melissa, but I haven't seen her for a while, and a very late referral for Jane. Can I catch up with you after the meeting? Wife's birthday present tomorrow.
Yeah, well done, Toby. It's interesting. It's not, I think I lost count of the monkeys, but I'm not sure it's me. And thanks, by the way, for that referral for Sue. I spoke to her yesterday and we were working together. Not horrible to get injured, but nice case, I think, if you Vince, so Vince, we spoke before I went away. Pat, we have a chat? Yeah. One from Melissa, she's not here, but I've sent it to her by email. Testimony of Bettina. Thank you very much, Bettina, for keeping Aidan under control, keeping Aidan under control mainly while I'm away, and attended the Simply meeting, which was good.
Great meeting, great Ed slot, Toby. I too lost count of the monkeys. Lovely to have the Q&A. I have a one-to-one with Scott and with Mike. And I also have a referral from Clara, Shannon, mortgages. I'll speak to you in a bit. And I just remembered something, another referral for Scott, so I'll just finish watching that.
Great meeting everyone. Toby's depiction of monkeys is actually a video on YouTube about it.
Is it? Yeah, probably, yeah.
Jane, I've already put an order in for 2 Christmas brownies, haven't I? I think. A activity report for one-to-one with Scott and his 32nd issue of his intruder around. I'll see you all next week.
Great, Scott, Toby. Really enjoyed that. Well done. Always good to hear more monkey stories. Referral to Scott from Ricky to talk about being on usage. Thank you so much for Matt and the Blue Seraph team for inviting us on this search. It's a really nice event they put on completely for free for all the charities. And yeah, Scott, brilliant talk. All your guys really learned as much from it as the charities did, I think. So yeah, it's much the same. One-to-one for both those guys. And another thank you to Rosemary. Actually, I booked some flights up a few ages ago, didn't I? And she's brilliant. She's been chasing me up about getting insurance for it, which I haven't done. Chasing me up about doing my films for Going to America, which I haven't done. But she hasn't just ignored me and left me to get in trouble when I go over there. She's constantly on it, so thank you. And I will.
Yeah, excellent one. Excellent Ed slot. There, I think it's a Derren Brown sketch as well. He does it with a bell ringing a dentist's waiting room.
Oh yes, I've seen that one. Yes, so much. Yeah.
Sarah came home after a week on holiday, tried to get in, and just forgot what the code was for our alarm, and just mashed a load of crazy buttons and broke everything. Eventually we shut it up, but it took like 30 seconds to fix the problem. To do something. So thank you for that, mate. Then we had a one-to-one talking about some evolutions and updates for his business. So yeah, give him that one. This bit can be for the one-to-one for Matt. That bit for Mike. That's thank you for the money to Matt for Zimworld. That bit for annual monthly hosting. That bit is for Autism Act for a renewal, and that's the spell.
Very good synergy team meeting. I enjoyed Paul. Thank you very much. A referral for Howard mentioned that about my daughter. Thank you. And good Q&A. Thanks everybody.
Yeah, good Ed slot. Always good to have a little bit of a cheeky monkey going on there with Toby. But yeah, well done, Toby. Yeah, great to do the Q&A. Had to be a bit quiet last week, but if anybody wants any one-to-ones, I'm around for this week. And yeah, see you all next week. But Blake, I'll give you your website to a friend of mine who's a rambler there as well, who loves the outdoors and everything. So she said about new shoes and stuff. So hopefully, I won't put it through yet, but hopefully she'll get on. Wicked. I'll chase her up and I'll speak to her later anyway. So, see you next week.
Really good Ed slot. Nice cakes. Yeah, they classed as cakes. They classed as cakes. Yeah, they're very nice. Prince Bunnies. Very nice.
Thank you, Paul, for doing the running. It's all right. I know you wanted to mention. Neil Madeline's a great, not a soggy bottom in sight. Beautiful. And thank you for James. Thank you, James, for the advice on the shop insurance. Maybe next year. That's all right, I don't need you. Thank you for the money to John Hammond. And Blake, I've ordered one of these trendy hoodies off you. See you next week, mate. Blake.
Yeah, no, but you didn't need me.
No, I do need you.
Yeah, great education as well. It's amazing the number of times we come across we've always done it that way, and they actually don't know why they've done it that way. Sometimes it's really legitimate reasons, but no one ever tells the people that so. I've got a referral from Avon, for the lease. I've got a thank you for money for Colin O'Connor. Again. I've got two for Stuart, NWES again. And should have a bigger one coming through because we've got the new site in Tilbury. I don't know if you're dealing with that.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I'll see you all next week. Hopefully.
Last week I had a one-to-one with Clara. Good meeting, see you next week.
Great, that's a lot, thank you, Stuart. I actually, years ago, knew the lady that set up. I know, but I couldn't do it myself. The lady that set up the TPS. She also set up the FPS, the fax preference service. I don't know if that's still running.
Slightly less probably.
Yeah, that's an equally useless problem. So I've got a thank you for Matt. And B2B, you can have that. Thank you. And I've been doing some works of friction this week, a testimonial for Blake. I will be a customer in the future.
Thank you.
Friday. Friday. Oh, yes. Thank you. Sorry. Yes.
Good one for us.
That's not these scanning points at all, but
I just wanted to say thank you for having me again. It's been a wonderful meeting, and thank you for the madeleines. They were delicious. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but Clara had a one-to-one with Ryan.
Yeah.
And I also have a referral for Stuart. You're going to sort out our phones. I'll catch up with you after because there was an update. So.
Okay.
That seemed right to me. Okay, very good. So thank you. Recording a one-to-one with Art Howard. That was fascinating. Sorry, we were a little bit complicated, but we sort of got there. Thank you very much for that. And thank you for the monkey business to our Toby. That's wonderful. And in a minute, I'm going to talk about synergy for next week. Is that right?
Okay. Right.
Sorry.
I saw Paul wandering off, I think. Yeah. We don't have anything to draw today because we have a speech prize. Other than that, that's fine. Let me just stand up before you all to address you finally at the end of the meeting. James, what insurance was that you needed confirmation of?
health.
Oh, the health, yeah, no idea about it. Working with credit. Right. As usual, anybody got any announcements that they wish to make, Max?
I'm trying to make it on behalf of Toby, because on Wednesday, is it Wednesday? No, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Basically, I've done no work this week. What you said, Toby?
Okay.
Someone might be interested.
Yeah, well, actually, thank you to, for a number of years now, I've done mock interviews in local schools where we just have like 15, 16-year-olds, just giving them experience of interviewing. And Matt came along this week at the Billericay School. I think we quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, really.
So if anybody, it's actually a very rewarding day. I think Matt would agree. It's great to see how confident these kids are and to give them a bit of help. So if anybody is interested in doing that in the future, I can put you in touch with the guy that does it. We do one local school, do Grays Convent School down in Grays, especially enough. Ongar, Billericay, Brentwood, Chelmsford. So if anybody's interested in doing that, just let me know. I'll put you in touch. Very rewarding day. And you get lunch.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Nice fun, James.
No, they bring in for us a special.
We did get the school chips.
James.
So next Thursday, after the meeting, we've got our final synergy meeting, business to consumer, but in fact everybody's welcome. And the topic will be, in fact this is business to business really, what I wish I'd known before I started my business. Thank you.
How long have you got?
Anybody else? Rose.
I won't be here next week. I'm at conference in Manchester, and we might have Robbie Williams, or we might have Rod Stewart as our entertainer.
I've been to one of those conferences. I've been to one of those conferences, Rose. It was Craig David we had. Craig David. No, not that.
What happens at conference stays at conference, yeah, absolutely.
Fine. Anybody else? If not, I will close the meeting, send you out into a rather grand old day that is going to rain later, but it isn't at the moment. So I hope you enjoy the day. I hope you enjoy the rest of the week. I look forward to seeing you all next week.